Okay, traders, here we are. We're on the Euro USD. Aussie is done. We're all on the same page with that one. It's looking very nice, neat, organized, sleek charts. That's how we want to roll in this market. So anyway, Euro USD, here we go. So our first point is 1.1450. Now 1.1450 is in fact a area of resistance in which Euro USD is averaged, okay, for quite some time. We're coming up to 20 months on this now, yeah, in which it couldn't actually sustain above it. We've had many tries, and we can spot this on the weekly and the daily time frame, but that's a clear-cut area of resistance there. And the other one is 1.0500. That is our area of support. So all in all, the main difference is it's a 950 pips range from bottom to top, 950. So your other range should be 950 pips above 1.1450. Your other monthly range, support downside, should in fact be 950 pips to the downside. Okay, guys, so that's that. Once you put your ranges onto the upside and once you put your range onto the downside, put your strip on there. Remember, we want to keep the price action in the middle. Put your thin strip across, copy and paste it, line it up neatly, then jump down to the weekly time frame. Once you jump down to the weekly time frame, you're then going to do your midway, your half region with the Fibonacci tool. Remember, just as a recap, I'll just throw it on here. So you go from black line to black line, and you're going to be placing your weekly resistance on at the 50 afterwards. Then you're going to go and delete the fib. So as you can see here, our weekly comes in extremely nice on the Euro USD. So there's your first monthly range for this pair. Good luck going forward. And again, at the end, on the weekly breakdowns and so on, if you have made an error, don't worry, you can just simply modify a 2-minute job by looking at mine. So there's your first range on the Euro USD. Next one we're going to be doing is GBP USD. So GBP USD, the range I have on this one is from around here. This is from, we're going quite far back now, but duplicating it to the downside, it's quite straightforward. Our first one is going to be 1.3, all right, so 1.3000, there we go. And then our upside range is 1.3500. That's our first one, that's our first two ranges on the monthly. Now with this one, in such a case, we want one to the downside, one to the upside. Now here, quite straightforward, 1.3 to 1.35. Our range on this is slightly smaller than the euro. It's 500 pips. That's your GBP USD. Again, if you go on, put your ranges on there. Put your mid-range in there as well. So you're going to be doing a monthly to the upside, monthly to the downside, and put your mid-range in on the weekly time frame. Let's just see how that will look. So your weekly will go right there. As you can see, boom, nice and accurate, nice and accurate. So Asher FX trademark. So that's that one. Feel free to go back, stop the video, pause the video when you need to, guys. That one there on the monthly time frame is 500 pips. GBP USD. These ones are going to be static for quite some time as well, so don't worry. Next currency pair is going to be the USD CAD. Wherever it is on my list, USD CAD right here. So USD CAD going forward, whoops, they're already all on here. Let me just remove that. Right, monthly is, let me just double check, 2834, cool. All right, so monthly we have 1.2800 is our first range, nice round number. And then 1.3400 right there. Okay, nice level across here. Boom, 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 boom. Nice area of support and a nice area of resistance there. So the USD CAD monthly range is slightly different. This one is 600 pips. So you've got a 600 pip range on the USD CAD. Remember, go down to the weekly once you've plotted everything on there. We've held this region of support pretty firm and pretty strong thus far. So just as a draft, I'm going to just put that on there for you. See how that lines up. Then we have our weekly in there as well. And look, our weekly lines up nice across here. Okay, guys. So yeah, start with the monthly. They're your first two levels for USD CAD. Range 600 pips. Follow the rules. Look in the book. Remember, we need to read as well. And you can do one to the downside, one to the upside on USD CAD. Next, we have the Euro JPY, which is my preferred yen pair to trade. That's why I'm going to be going through it for you guys. So this one, slightly different. So we have 112.00, and then we have 116. 112 and 116. And this one, that's a 400 pip range height. From 112 to 116 is 400 pips on the Euro JPY. Okay, so again, go ahead and build, starting with the monthly, one to the downside, one to the upside, follow the weekly rules, and then it's up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you on all of these currency pairs to go in and put on and plot on the 4-hour and daily levels. Okay, guys, so I'll give you the range for, you've got the Euro USD, you have the Aussie USD, you have Pound USD, you have USD CAD, and you also have the Euro JPY. Focused on 00s, 050s, psychological levels, looking at candlesticks in the historical data, looking at 3-pin formations and so on. Last but not least, because I'm going to be covering gold, and again, the reason why we don't trade a lot of currency pairs is because you simply do not need to. With this one, the monthly is quite straightforward actually. So we have 1300 as our first monthly, and we also have 1400 as our second monthly. Just to give you an idea, we're going every 1,000 pips on gold. So we've got 1200, which I'm about to plot on now. 1200s, 1300s, 1400s. You can do one more to the upside, perhaps on gold, one to the downside. So it'll be 1100 here, and we'll have 1500. And just to ensure we're on the same page there, these ranges are 1,000 pips apart. 1,000 pips apart. You can then go in there and construct your weeklies, mid-range, 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 and add some dailies on and so forth. So that's it for the 5 currency pairs we trade and gold. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope the key level structure and placement has been cleared up for you guys. Remember, if you can't find too many on the daily and 4-hour, don't force it, because you may only find 1 or 2. I reckon 4. Do not do more than 4 on the daily and the 4-hour, okay? Try stick to 2 or 3, but no more than 4, because it will get too messy. And we want to keep everything clean, organized. So if you guys go and put your levels on, remember, keep the strip nice and thin. You'll have your 5 currency pairs set up with all your foundations, which will last you months, absolutely months. Follow the rest of the course through, keep studying, watch my videos, and yeah, I can guarantee that your technical success will fly through the roof. Okay, so we have that, and I just want to drop it out there that when we do put all of our levels on, remember on the first video, the trading view setup, I did say we can use this chart if we really wanted to. So it's the best thing to do is always start on this square here, the normal layout. Do that, ensure it's saved, and then after, once all your levels are on there, you can flick into the free screen mode, and then only on the left screen, okay, with the 2-hour and the 1-hour, do you want to go ahead and set up your daily high and low structure, which I went through in the last segment. So remember, we want the daily high and lows to be on here as well. So always do that so it's set up just on the hourly and 2-hour. We don't want them to be showing on the daily. Okay, we do not want them to be showing on the daily, weekly, and the monthly, just the lower time frames. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there, but I'm sure you guys will understand that as you come to terms with using the software. And yeah, it's looking pretty good for gold actually to go to the downside, and that'll become quite clear and evident to yourselves too. So that's key levels. We're going to now go into the next section, but just what you've gone through there so far has probably assisted you, okay, and put you around 2 or 3 years forward in the market, no joke. So again, from top to bottom, you now know we don't play on smaller time frames. The big guys looking at the big time frames. We want our analysis to run from the higher time frames down, and we want to follow the overall price trend structure and so on. So once you've got these down, guys, get ready for the next part in technicals, the next few videos. And it's going to be great because everybody in the Astro FX members zone will be on the same page when I am doing weekly breakdowns and weekly videos. So I hope that helped. On to the next videos.